Let's pop over and check out what Chef Nikki's cooking.
I'm Chef Nikki, and I'm an alchemist chef. I do a lot of high-end events, and more than often, I'm having a lot of fun. My favorite part is really making people smile and be happy. Like energetically, I feel like food is an exchange. And I feel like when you are serving food and when you're preparing food, it's more of an energy exchange than it is like technique. Seeing the smile on the face, or seeing someone close their eyes when they take a bite, or seeing somebody do this little dance after, like after the completion of their meal.
Explain the situation to people who don't know what y'all are doing.
Dave's got like a weed mushroom chef that prepares amazing meals with weed and mushroom.
Culinary artist who has been preparing gastronomical experiences for corporate leaders and celebrities and athletes and social influencers. Her international travels have enabled her to study under executive chefs from around the world. She's toured with DJ Khaled and curated dinners for celebrities such as Snoop Dogg and Dave Chappelle and, just world-renowned chef. So please welcome Chef Nikki Stewart.
I travel, everywhere doing, dinners and talks and panels and things like that. I realized as I grew older that my father was using cannabis a lot as recovery because he owns a construction company. That's a lot of hard work. And so I had a different perspective on it growing up. And I took the inspiration of how my family used it as an actual medicine. And so I was like, I'm not really trying to make I will make a salve or like some sort of tincture, but I'm really good at food. How can I give you the best experience and health and wellness upon consumption of food items? Fast forward, I went in to study pharmaceutical science. I did it at Ohio State, and I went into retail pharmacy and pharmaceutical sales after school. I never went to culinary school. I started from the bottom working with chefs just in a restaurant. And then traveling the world just to understand flavor profiles and different techniques and things like that. So I really educated myself. The great thing about me understanding dosing from a pharmaceutical perspective is me also understanding dosing when it comes to delivery of cannabis. I really was very meticulous in making sure that what I was making was dosed correctly per person, and also playing around with different levels of ratios of CBD and THC and one-to-ones and things like that. There's so many benefits of cannabis undiscovered, and the ones we have are so immense, and they're happening all the time. And then you're having all these other things, like people are starting to learn about THCA, THCV, and then people are learning about all these other CBN, CBGs, and then they're learning about Delta 8, Delta 9. It's like there's like a lot of options. And so when there's so many options, like the average person is just like, I want to get high. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got you there. So let's also talk about what else you can get out of being high. And then giving them that soft intro into understanding this whole new world of cannabis. I'm trying to get people to normalize this consumption of cannabis in general, and then working them in with other types of step ups, which I believe is where we're at, having other health benefits. The things that taste really good when you're high are things that are fatty or sugary, like the spices on there make a difference. Things that are spicy or warm spices really hit hard. So how can I figure this out and get you a really good experience? Knowing that you'll be high, what I do is in between there, I give you food that is uninfused intentionally, meaning that I have, number one, dishes that come out in between the courses that are filler foods that you're like, oh my God, is that 24 karat gold mac and cheese? What the fuck? I want it.
One time, Chef Nikki threw a party with a weed-infused dinner. And I was eating some macaroni and cheese, and she looked at my plate, looked at me and said, be careful. I had no idea what she was talking about. You remember this? That night we had a big party called the Juke Joint, and I went on stage. I was high as shit, and I saw my mother looking at me with worry in her face. And you remember what I said, Mom? Because you didn't understand what was happening. And I said, Mama, I'm high on mac and cheese.
I like to have fun. I do very refined dishes, but in between there, I offer very playful things and things that are very relatable and very fun. Because, who doesn't like cheese when they're high sometimes, unless you're lactose, so we'll give you another option. And then you're having hip hop icons and then basketball legends and all of these folks there communing and having a great time with regular folks as well as influencers. And the food, it's always going to be great. So I'm not worried about the food necessarily. I know my food translates. I'm also just worried about making sure everyone's having a good time. But I also want people to enjoy the experience and enjoy each other and network and move around and talk to the people at your table. I ask them to put their phones away. So I do have a no phone policy, and it's just for you to be in that moment, in that space.